Hi everyone, welcome to Bella's Creation. Today we are doing the leftover polymer clay waste project. So here I got all my leftovers waste. So I'm going to show you what we can do with this. Rather chuck them out, it's all money, it's all the opportunity to create something. So let's start it. So this one, it is more like grey. Before I mix any of these chunks, what I usually do, give it a little cut and see how it looks like inside. As you can see, there's a design inside. I'm just thinking how we're going to preserve it. This one is pretty good as well. Let's explore them first. Then we'll decide what we're going to do with them. This is black, grey, white chalk. Have a look, guys. There's a pretty design in there as well. So what I'm gonna do, this is from my last week project. I'm gonna kind of just like, cut them into half first. Maybe I can add these two together. This one's not really. Let's check this one as well. That's not bad. It's gonna get really good to get the mirror effect. What I'm gonna do, I'll start with this one. Let's mirror these guys just here. So this is a leftover. Unlike another waste chunk, it's about to dry. But I never throw my clay. Most of the time I'm using them as fillers. But today, I'm going to explore some opportunities to see how we're going to save them. So this was like that. And I cut that into half. And what I'm going to do next is kind of put them all together. You don't have to do much work for conditioning because these clays are already conditioned. But sometimes you feel a little bit hard because it's been there for a while. So simply use your fingers and when you work around with that, you can easily condition your clay. I'm just looking for my tile, I can't find it. If you have a tile like this, you can use it for now. I do have a little bit of gold foil attached to that. I'm gonna add, yeah, why not? So the people, if you just join, you might wonder what we are doing. We're trying to do a recycling with all our leftover clay. And we start with one chunk. And we are exploring that and see what we can do with that. Okay. Now we sort of created eyes. And what I'm going to do next is slice this into half again. And this is how it looks like. I'm going to place them in the opposite directions because our mission is create a pattern and save the clay. I really like this dot design. So let's press the sides and create a square again, or else you can call it a dice. Hello everyone, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to click on the bell icon and let's double tap the screen and get down to the chat. Hi Blake. Blake is joining from Australia and it's me, Bella's Creation, streaming from Australia as well. Let's get down to the chat and tell me who you are, which country you're joining from, and if you have any questions or comments around Polymer clay creations, put it on the chat. I'll see what we can do with that. Alright, here we go. And I'm gonna give it a slice again. I'm gonna slice, oops, drop it. Which way? I'm gonna slice this way. Pretty. Let me see on the other side. There's nothing much, so I can use this end. I think we saved this clay chunk. Ooh, look at this design. It's so pretty. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna layer them. And I'm going to use this leftover and make a background. Just mix them. And I'm going to run this through the pasta machine to flatten it. Hi everyone. Josh, Simon, welcome. It looks like clay dye, but it's polymer clay. So these are oven baked polymer clay, which I'm using them to create different stuff. Key rings, earrings, that's my line. And these are the kind of key rings I create. These are the kinds of key rings we create, and where are the earrings? And these are the kinds of earrings we make. So this is polymer clay, and at the moment I'm trying to show you how we're going to save the leftover, almost the waste clay, and trying to create something meaningful and beautiful out of it. So here we are creating the background, so I'm just rolling that on the pasta machine. I need more. This grey actually I saved from all the leftovers. So I'm going to add a little bit of grey here. Shall we all beautiful people double tap the screen and appreciate our effort? And if you're a beginner to polymer clay, not sure what to do, you can simply follow me, and also there are lots of polymer clay artists, so all my streamings are like tutorial based. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm happy to assist. Okay, now we get in there a few more rounds conditioning. Right, that's going to be our background. What I'm going to do next is layer this clay in a way that we could potentially save them. While we're doing it, I'm going to add a little bit of gold dust just to bring a little bit life to this dull clay. Not too much, but just a little bit here and there. How do I buy the keychain? Are you in Australia? If you're in Australia, you can simply send me an email. My emails is on the description. At the moment, I am doing only in Australia. If you're not in Australia, you know what? You can simply follow what I'm doing and create your own. I will definitely help you to find the right clay and tools. Usually I go with Sculpey. I like the quality brand, so your work is durable and intended quality. Now, did I answer your question? I'm more than happy to share, but sometimes, if it's outside Australia, the postage is a little bit a pain. So yeah, I'm only doing the Australia at this stage. Alrighty, we add a little bit of gold. Yeah. And the next step, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a little bit of translucent. The translucent is the transparent clay. It's like this, and it's also the Sculpey brand. I'm using Sculpey Primo. I'm gonna give it a little slice first. So randomly adding some translucent patches. Not inside the designs, but just basically the outside. Alrighty, now we have kind of laid it out, and what I'm gonna do next is roll this, but not on the pasta machine. I'm gonna use the acrylic roller. Let's chop the edges off. When I'm rolling my clay, stay away. We're gonna use them. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna save them as well. With the different projects. The one on the thumbnail, actually the earring I created using the leftover. You can't say that it's a leftover clay. Anyway, so I'm gonna put a baking paper on top of this just to prevent sticking onto that. Hi everybody. Eva. So we're gonna give it a little roll here. dangles. Gross mode, isn't it? Alright, when I touch it like this, if I feel bumpy, that means it's need a little bit more rolling. Few more. Yep, a little bit more. I think we're good. Okay, if you were there since the beginning, you have seen how this clay chunk looks like. When we cut it, it's just almost like this, nothing. You know, but see how the designs turn out. Let me give you a closer look. See, we create a beautiful pattern using this waste. So never ever throw your clay, guys. You can save it and you can be creative around it. Okay, so seeing this, I have a little bit of inspiration with this gold dust. I'm gonna add a little bit more because it looks nice, especially once it's rolled. Add a little bit more, but I'm not gonna overwhelm that with too much shiny stuff. Alright, then I'm gonna give it a roll again just to make sure it's stick well, but this time I'm using the thinner setting and we cover that with a baking paper. Now let's roll. Roll on both sides. I can see the designs. I'm kind of loving it, guys. Tell me what you think if you were there since the beginning. Tell me, give me honest feedback. How do you like it? And that's how it looks like. Wasn't it great, guys? We just got this design using this kind of waste. There was nothing on there, but we kind of save it. If you are brave, you can run this through the pasta machine, but in a thicker setting. Let's do a couple of times. Here you go. Adjust in a thicker setting so it's not distracting the design much. Yeah, you can use any cutters, any shapes, and create something beautiful with that. I'm gonna use a few. Tell me what you like. So before I cut, what I'm going to do actually, I'm going to cover this with a clear wrap. The reason why we are doing it is it prevents sticking the clay onto our cutters. just trying to get the same kind of shapes. Maybe here. And press it gently. If you think it's not going through, you can roll it. And I think we need a little bit more attention here. So I'm going to cut that through. Here's my sharp knife. Just walk it around the clay. Let's see. So I'm gonna get my needle tool to remove any excess clay. Over this as well. Alrighty. So while we are keeping it here, I'm gonna pierce it. This is our beautiful pair of earrings. We just got it from a scrap like this. And if you missed seeing how we did it, I'm gonna do another one so you can see how we're doing it. So let's take this one out as my blade. I keep losing stuff. Oh, here it is. It does have that marble effect and also a little bit of stony effect. And once I'm baked, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to treat with a resin. Usually I'm not a big fan with resin, but since it's got the dust gold foil, this looks nice. Once you put the resin on, it's like this. This has a shine. So we just created this one with the scrap clay, just project number 1. And while we are here, I'm gonna cut a couple of more and we'll move to the next one. This time, let's go with the hexagon. Which way? That's a good way. Just gonna get half. Gonna pierce it while it stays inside the cutter. And this is how it looks like. Let's cut the other pair. Gonna find a similar kind of a design. is a pair we just created using the leftover clay. What do you think, guys? Thank you so much, Alice. Appreciate your support. Okay, again, before I move, today's project is all about how we're gonna save the leftover clay waste. It's not the leftover clay, but it's just all the other wastes. It's like, usually it's about to throw out. So yeah, that's our project number 1. I'm gonna use this to cut a few more later, and let's move to the next. The next one is actually they are my yesterday's project. No, not yesterday's, last week project. And this is what we have from that. So we created these beautiful beads and earrings, and whatever the leftover are this clay. And I'm gonna see how I'm gonna save this. So what I'll do for this one, I'm just using the different technique. As you can see, it's still got that gold foil dust onto it, and let's see what we can do. I'm gonna chop them into small pieces. Just do it slowly. I don't want that to be like, stick onto my thing. And if you just do without care, it can become a clog. Okay, gonna spread it out. If you feel like there's a big chunks, you can just chop it again. Alright, spread it out. This is something else. And I'm gonna do next is get a little bit of translucent and cut them into small pieces as well. Just chop it. Be mindful when you're chopping this translucent, it's start conditioning. So that's one of the way that you can condition your clay, is chop into small pieces and combine them, so it can get more stickier. Alright, once I chop that one, what I'm going to do the same thing, spread it across. Shall we all double tap the screen and appreciate the effort, guys? And if you're new to my channel, Bella's Creations, don't forget to click on the bell icon so you can stay connected with me to see beautiful techniques projects. Most of the streaming are introduce a different technique, and that one I showed you previously. This one, it's for agate gemstone technique, and this one is kind of a centangle technique, and this is another centangle. Beautiful design. So every time I'll show you how we're gonna create these ones. And this is another leftover clay project, and there's another leftover from the leftover. So we're gonna see how we're gonna save this one today. So there's no proper technique, it's all mixed techniques, but I'm showing you the ways that you can save the leftover waste clay. Alright, a little bit more. Since we already have the foil, I'm not going to add too much foil onto it. Instead of the foil, what I'm going to do, since it's got a little bit of rainbow color, I'm going to add some mica powder. Hello, honey. How are we? Okay, we're going to sprinkle it. Not too much again. And I'm going to use my fingers and gently mix them all together. So this is our project number 2. How we save our clay wastes. This looks beautiful. So once you put the mica powder, it becomes less sticky. So I'm gonna use that as an opportunity to make sure I have a good kind of a mix with my translucent and the other leftover clay. Once you're satisfied with the mix, I need to change now. Wait, that's okay. I'm gonna add a little bit of paint. It's getting messy and messier. Just don't want too much. Do you think I'm gonna drop a lot? I'm gonna use my finger. Come out. Yep, that much gonna be enough. And gonna add that one. Gonna mix them well. And now I'm gonna create a little ball. Get them all on my hand. And gently press them together. Just do it gently, don't put too much pressure. So this is our project number 2 to save the clay waste. For this one I use leftover rainbow clay scraps and added some translucent and then add some mica powder, and it's now we're turning that onto a dice. Give it a little press as we go. Wonderful. I'm going to set it aside for a little while. Meantime, I'm going to get my translucent and prepare that as a background. you wonder, what's this clay? Is it Sculpey Primo? Okay, I'm gonna run this through the pasta machine. A couple of more times. It's still like crumbly, which means it's need a little bit of conditioning. Okay, we're getting there. Apologies for the squeaky noise. That's what it's get when I put the pasta machine onto the thinner setting. Okay, this is what we created. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna slice this and see how it looks like. Which way we should go? Okay, this side. Oh, that's not bad. Only thing, it's a little bit sticky. Come on. And a little bit crumbly. Ooh. So what I'm gonna do? And sticks. I'm gonna layer it on my translucent. Seems like it's a messy project. I'm gonna move this sun, but bear with me until I put them on the clay patch. And let's move it. And I'm gonna trim the edges off. Also, I'm gonna change my gloves. See, it's too sticky. Alrighty, so what we're gonna do next is roll this. I'm gonna use this setting and put the paper on top of it, and we're gonna give it a roll. If you forgot to double tap the screen, guys, let's do it now. It's a time for us to appreciate the video and the effort we are making to save this clay. So gently roll it. Touch it as you go. If you see bumps, that means you need a little bit more roll. A little bit more. I feel like I don't have much energy today. Yeah, that's better. It's still sticky. Let me take it out. This is how it looks like. First we started with a scrap like this, and we converted it into a nice pattern. So we need a little bit more rolling. cover this first. And just roll. Let's better. See how it's come all together. I like that design. Inside, so I need a little bit more glamour here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna brush a little bit of makeup powder around these translucent areas. Let's start from there, and if I feel like to add it across, we'll do it soon. Just don't overdo it. Start less, and you can gradually spread it. I have decided to put it all across the clay patch, but I'll do less. Good kitty. Okay. A little bit more here. That's nice. We'll give it a final roll just to make sure everything combined well. And put the paper on and give it a little roll. Make sure they're all combined. Shall we all double tap the screen, guys, and appreciate the video? And if you're new to my channel, Bell House Creation, don't forget to click on the bell icon to stay connected with me. This is how it looks like. Button and front, but it has a glow as it rotates. Okay, now we're gonna give it a little cuts. Again, I'm gonna put my clear wrap on it just to make sure it's not gonna stick onto my clay cutter. This is our project number 2. How are we gonna save the leftover clay? Hi Managit, welcome. Thanks for joining. One here. Gonna do another one here. And the beauty of this, guys, once you added the translucent, once it's baked, it's become transparent and it gives a beautiful effect. I'll show you one. So this clay, so once in the middle is translucent, so you can see it's kind of having a transparent effect in between purple and black. So this one, the one we just created, let me pierce it before I take it out. Make sure I forgot the side, this side up. Ooh, we are in trouble. That side up, is it this way? Yeah. Thought so. Okay. tricky because we added the paint. So I'm going to use the blade, run that through, and give it a little cut here. Gonna take it out. This is how it looks like. Let's double tap the screen if you are enjoying what we are doing here. Isn't it pretty, guys? It's literally a surprise, a lifesaver. We create this using the scrap clay. If you were watching from the beginning, we just got the scrap part. Where is it? Like this, and we turned that into a beautiful pair of earrings using the scrap and also translucent, and we added some makeup powder. I'm gonna cut a couple of more. Then I'll move to my last project of the day. So I have done 2 so far. This is our second one. And we're just doing 1 more. And I think it's enough for today. This time I'm going to do a round cutter. Scan out straight. Okay. And let's place it. I just have a feeling these 2 designs not matching well. So I'm gonna see whether I can do another one. Not that they are maybe here. And it goes with this one. These 2 goes well, but not this one. Okay. Again, there are some leftovers. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna save this one as well. So I'm gonna get the smaller cutter. Just keep cutting some small pieces. One here. Okay. Alright, this one, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna convert them into tiny balls. Here I'm using my mold because it's nice and easy way for me to use without any distorting to the design. Gonna give it a little roll. And make a little ball. So this one we can create little dangles like that using this one. You can create anything, but my plan is to make some dangles. So you can have a teardrop shape like that, or else you can do the round bead. And we need one more. Gonna is a little bit larger than my previous one, so I'm going to trim it a little bit and we're going to give it a roll. As you can see, there's two different sizes, so what I'm going to do is just trim the extra bits off. Guys, let's concentrate on the work we do and we not discriminate the people where they are, okay? So my channel is a Polymer clay channel. What I'm doing is tutorials, just sharing what I know with them. If it's your place, stay and watch, otherwise I'm happy for you to move to the next. And let's see. Yep, they look alike. And we have two beautiful two bits ready to convert into a dangle like this. So that's our project number 2. We created few piece of earring structures and I need to turn them into beautiful earrings like that. This one, by the way, watercolor technique, and that one we just saved from our clay scrap. And these rounds, and I'm gonna convert that into another beautiful earring like that, and I might add some resin to finish it off. Okay, let's get this cleaned quickly and I can move to my last project of the day. Okay, not gonna throw these ones as well. I can turn into another beautiful thing. Wonderful. So my next project gonna be this chunk. So this also leftover clay, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna see what I can mix and match. This clay is from yesterday's clay project, not yesterday's, day before yesterday. We create this one, so these are the leftovers. I'm gonna see how we're gonna sell. There's another one that I can combine here, just a similar chunks, and there's another one. Alright, what I'm gonna do for this one is just simply put them all together and create a little dice. I have this one as well, and they're gonna add, not sure. Yeah, let's add. Go with the same color schemes, isn't it? This one too. Yeah, I'm gonna add that one too, but I'll add it randomly. Just spread it across. Yeah, why not? Alright, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a little dice. So we are in the process of saving this clay chunk. So this is our project number 3. And tomorrow is Friday. I'm gonna show you another beautiful technique and create something beautiful like this. If you like to know how I'm creating this one, just join my tomorrow's streaming. It's gonna be between 7 to 7ish Sydney time. Alright, let's press this one and create a little dice. If you have a tile, use a tile now. the next step is I'm going to cut this into half and see how the design looks like inside. Which way we're going to give it a cut? Maybe this side? Maybe, yeah. Let's do this way. Not very much what I want, but what I'm gonna do, gonna get the mirror effect. Gonna put these two together like that. So with this project, I try to get as much as mirror effects. And from here, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut this into half, the sides. And put it now, yeah, like this. So as I mentioned, we're trying to get the mirror effects as much as we could. Yeah. That's how it's turned out. So this side and that side, this side and that side. These two are the edges. So for the people who just joined in now, we are doing our project number 3 using scrap clay. Rather chuck them out, we're trying to save them and create something beautiful and meaningful. If you haven't touched the double tap the screen yet, it's a time for you to do it now and appreciate our effort. And if you're new to my channel, Bella's Creations, don't forget to click on the bell icon so you can stay connected with me for future projects. And I'm going to use a tile. Where's my tile? Okay. And just flatten it. This is how it looks like once you flatten it. Hi Niroaka. How are we today? I'm gonna give it a slice now. I'm just not sure which way should I go. I'll go this way. And I'll cut it. Which way did I say it? This way or that way? I forgot. Let's see the designs closely. And if you have more colors, that looks good. Maybe this way. Yeah, that's better. So we are slicing them into few equal sizes. Here you go. So this also from a purely scrap clay. Hi Black. Hi, who's not? Yeah, thank you so much for joining and watching us. And this is how we create our third project. Simply turning the scrap clay into something meaningful. For this one, I'm going to use these two as a background. Let's run this through the custom machine. Actually, yeah. Should I use a translucent? I might use a translucent. Make this in that way. Thank you, Niroaka, and thank you, everyone. And thank you, Black, for your kindness. We don't take anything personal. You're here to share, and you're here to see and learn. We all relaxing while we are doing this, eh? No room for haters. Okay, let's run this through the pasta machine and condition it quickly. Alrighty, now I'm gonna lay that on my background. නිරාකාර අපි කරන්නේ leftover clay එකතු කරලා මොන හරි project එකක් කරන එක. So we are nearly there. We laid it, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna cover this with a paper, and now we're gonna give it a little roll. Do it gently, and when I'm rolling I try to do both sides. This way as well. Don't know where this red came from. This actually looks like a very funky design. I like it. Thanks, Miraka. If you like, you can run this through the pasta machine. I'm gonna be brave and run this through the pasta machine. The reason sometimes I don't run that through the pasta machine is this clay gonna stretch. When it's stretching, sometimes your design is gonna be distorted. Well, I feel like it's gonna be sorry. Let's not run it through the pasta machine. Simply roll it. And next step, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use a thinner setting. This is the thickest one. This is a little bit thinner. Roll it again. Again, people, this is our third project of the day. And we were in the mission of saving our polymer clay scraps. We will successfully save 2 chunks, and this is our third one. Now I'm going to run this through the pasta machine. See, it's stretched a little bit. Should I do it? Shouldn't I? Doesn't matter. And now I'm gonna do a couple of cuts here. And just one more there. I hope you enjoyed today clay projects of saving the clay. Rather chuck them out. And if you like to see more technical stuff, join my streaming tomorrow around 7 p.m. from Sydney time. I'll show you how we're going to do a beautiful technique and create a polymer clay game. This is what we were planning to do. If you want to learn and see how we're going to create this one, join the streaming tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Until then, thank you so much for joining with me today. Until I see you tomorrow, stay happy, stay safe, guys. It's me, the last creation. Take care. Tajani ra, katera sarnai.